Hello, this is Kyle Birch, and this is part 2 in the video series on Seblod storage and just creating a basic form here. Let's go ahead and get started. Just continuation of our form that we created in the first video. I'm just going to go over a little bit over some of the conditional options that Seblod has to offer and getting into creating a dynamic field. So let's go ahead and get started with a conditional. Note that it's going to be locked here for exclusive. Going to go ahead and add a field here, and we'll just give an example, just decision 1. Okay, and we're going to choose we'll just do a radio, and we'll just make the decisions no and yes for the options, and start an article, and just go ahead and save and close. Okay, now we're going to create a new field here, and we're just going to call this decision true, and we're just going to make this say a text field here. Okay, so I'll give the example here. As you can see, now we have the two fields that we just created, but we only want this text box to show up here, for example, only if this is selected yes. So go ahead and show you how to do that. We'll just come over here to number 5 here, conditional states, and we're just going to add a conditional state to the decision true field. And this field is visible, and when the decision 1 field is equal to yes. So I'm going to go ahead and save and close, and you can see here there's just vast majority of options here you can do for conditional states. You can just go ahead and play around with those, and we're going to go ahead and save, and we'll come back over here. And we can see that that field has gone away, and when I click yes, it appears. Okay, so next let's go over a little validation. Validation here is number 3, and we'll just go ahead and select that. Say we want the user to have required their first name here, for example. Required yes. You can see different validations options there if you need them. Go ahead and save and close, save, and when we come back over here to our form, we can see that they are donated, their field is required. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into creating a dynamic field here. Well, I'll go over just a regular static simple select here. I'll just call it simple, and you can see you can add various options here. For example, if you have just a list of numbers, even you can do that. You can see how how it works. And you can see there you get all your options. It's pretty simple and straightforward there. But say we don't want to add, if we have a large list of options, we don't really want to have to go through here and manually do all these, so we're just going to go ahead and create a dynamic field here, which is going to show a little bit more versatility. Okay, come over here, we're just going to select dynamic, and for now we're just going to set this, and we're just going to save and close and leave it as is. Okay, so the advantage of the dynamic, say for example we want to have all the list of the states, and you don't want to manually input all those, so we'll just go ahead and come over and we're just going to want to create actually a new table to store all of our data in, because when a user submits this data, we don't want that going, we don't want all this data here stored on the same table that the user submits on. We want to keep that separate. So we're just going to go ahead and create a table here. We're just going to call this states table. Keep it at one column here. Just going to have the list of states and field name states. Could be text. They're going to be initials, so we're just going to keep that at a value of 2, and we're going to save. And we can see that our table is created, and we're going to look into how do we get our data in here now. Easiest way to do that is just to export to CSV, hit go, and make sure the character set is UTF-8. Gonna go ahead and open that up here, and we're just gonna have a CSV already ready for the list of different states. So we're just gonna copy those over, drop those in, and save. And now we're gonna go ahead and import all those in. And now you can see we have all of our states just like that. Okay, so now we want to be able to retrieve that data. So we're going to come over here. I prefer free over construction, just a little more versatility. So let's go ahead and retrieve that. So we just select a little simple query here. Select states, which is the field name, as text, and states as value. It's going to actually be responsible for storing it. We're going to retrieve that from states table, which is our table name, and we're going to order by ascending order, just in case they are not in order, depending on your situation. And we'll save and close, save, and we should see all of our states there. Yep. And that is much more useful using the dynamic fields, especially if you're managing any kind of inventory. Okay, so let's see what an article submission looks like, which is admin form here. Let's go ahead and append all those, just to show you what that looks like on the back end. And select options here, and we'll just go ahead and submit. Go to our article, and you can see here that everything's saved correctly. And we can also come over here to the database and see that it's stored correctly there as well. Alright, I think that is all I am going to go over for this video. Alrighty, thank you.